Hi, good evening. My name is Kenny Amos Surende. It's been a while. I'm sorry for coming a bit late tonight. I was trying to put some things in place. Okay, it's been a while. For some weeks now, I've not come online. We're trying to end so many things in our nation. We're ending SAT, ending corruption, ending police brutality. But I'm glad to come your way tonight with another interesting topic that I think I should share with us. There are things I've handled over the years, and I think it would be better if I share with us tonight so that we can make right decisions when we are going to our real estate investment. Okay, and tonight our topic is just all right, caption real estate investment, the do's and don'ts. Okay, there are do's and there are don'ts when you're going to real estate investment. So I will just share with you tonight. And if I come online, I'll buttress on that. So first and foremost, I'm here to shatter the glass tonight. So I'm here to shatter the roof. I want to tell you that when you're going to real estate investment, okay, you don't buy from a family friend. Okay, that may sound somehow. You don't bring sentiment into real estate investment. Okay, I see people say, let me buy because my friend. Okay, don't buy from somebody you cannot take to court. Okay, that may sound harsh and somehow too blunt. I'm not trying to be funny, but the fact remains that you don't go into real estate investment and say because this person is my family friend, you should be able to take he or she to court if things are not going the way they should go. What I'm saying this tonight is because I've seen people who will not want to fight because this person that sold the land to me or the person that introduced the company to me, this person is my friend, and I don't want us to fight. I don't want things to fall out and all that. But I'm sorry, because real estate investment is a capital investment. So you must ensure that whoever you're dealing with is somebody you can actually take to court. Okay, if somebody can say, okay, my friend, I'm sorry, this has to be settled. If this cannot be resolved amicably, I think we need to bring the law enforcement in to help us settle this. Because it's not easy to work hard and save up some money, and at the end of the day, somebody is trying to be funny with your hard-earned money. So please, whenever you're going into real estate investment, particularly, ensure you don't bring in sentiment. Ensure you don't say that this person is my friend, and when things go wrong, I can't do some certain things. You should be able to say, my friend and my friend, please, let's do things the right way. Business is business. Sometimes ago, one of my mentors was sharing with me how he arrested his pastor. He said, I told my pastor that I don't take bribe. And my pastor went ahead, to he gave some money on my behalf. Not because pastor wanted to give bribe, but because, some of our agencies in Lagos, if you don't say thank you, somehow your file may long move. I'm not saying all of them. So I think pastor was only trying to ensure that this my mentor's file moved faster, and I think he gave tips, and he was angry and said, I told him my principle, I don't give money. Okay, so if you have given money, go bring back my money. Or eventually they went to police station. The person was reported and all that. So what am I saying tonight? As funny that may sound, I think when you're a principal man and there are things you don't do, not because you don't want to do them, but they are your core values, and you're trying as much as possible to protect your core values. So when he told me this, that I told my pastor, I don't give money to anybody. If I need to pay, I pay and let my job go, and out, and and at the end of the day, they were able to resolve the issue and all that. But assuming this person will say, oh, this is my pastor, I don't want to offend God, I don't want to offend him, I don't want to offend church members and all that, and I'm going to let things be and all that. And somehow this person would have probably be violating one of his core values. So what I'm saying tonight is you don't go into real estate investment with somebody you cannot hold, I mean, liable for whatever it is done wrong. You should be able to say this person, I'm sorry, these things are not done this way, and I'm going to take this up with you if we cannot resolve this amicably. Okay. Number two I want to discuss with us tonight is don't invest where you cannot access. Okay. Don't invest where you cannot access. I got a call today from Tony in the UK, and she was telling me about a real estate company who sold to one of our friends in the UK, and he said they told her that there's this strategy. We call it strategies, but I mean, I'm sorry, it's not strategy. It's not marketing strategies. If you are lying, you are lying. You can't tell me an estate is 10 minutes drive from Alausa, for instance, and he said, and it's 50 minutes drive. She said they went to inspect this land and they were spending 40 minutes and they haven't gotten to the site. But during the negotiation, during the marketing, they told her that the land just a few minutes drive from so-so location. Okay, and based on that, the woman killed into the estate and she paid for it. Only for her to come around and say, okay, let me see the property. You sold to me and all that. And she found out that they were driving 30, 40 minutes and they haven't gotten to the site. So it's not marketing strategy. So I want you to, if the place is 30 minutes, let's say it's 30 minutes. If it's 40 minutes drive, let's say it's 40 minutes drive, there's no point trying to sugarcoat so that somebody can buy into your estate. It doesn't really add up, because the way it works is, if I can't trust you, if I can't commit my phone into your hands, and you are telling me you are driving down to an estate of 30 minutes and eventually we ended up spending 1 hour, I won't bring somebody else to you. I'm not going to refer somebody to come to your estate. So we need to be very careful. We see this as marketing strategy. We are trying to sell what we have, so people can buy into our estate, but it's much more than that. I've seen a couple of estates, couple of developers who will tell you, oh, this property is in this location, and in the next few years, come on. I think the first thing we should do as developers and as an investor, ask the person buying, why are you buying? Why do you want to invest in real estate or real property? Why do you want to do that? Because when their purpose is known, abuse when the purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. But when the purpose is known, you can actually prevent abuse. You can prevent fight and all that. So ask the person, why do you want to buy? Are you buying because you want to build 5-10 years down the line? Or are you buying because you want to build immediately? If I'm buying to build immediately, then don't tell me to buy into an estate there are no layouts, there's no road, there's no infrastructure in place and all that, and you're asking me to buy into it. That's deceit. It's not marketing strategy. So I think we need to, we need to be able to define what we call marketing strategies. Okay, there are strategies we can use, adopt to sell whatever I want to sell. But we must ensure that we don't deceive people and call it marketing strategy. Okay, so please don't buy what you cannot access. Ensure that before you part away with your money, assess the land. Ensure you carry out site visitation. Many people who live abroad, what they tell them is, oh, don't worry, it's 10 minutes drive. Oh, don't worry, it's behind redemption camp. I'm sorry I have to say all this, but I'm telling you, it's really not, because redemption camp is just a landmark. And when they tell you that, oh, if you're redemption camp, okay, it's not far anymore, but there are so many estates further down. And you're asking yourself, so because they stay abroad, most of the time, they don't have time to come into the country to check out what they are buying. But they trust somebody's judgment, and because of that, and they keep into it. So please, let's ensure we have access to where you want to buy. Ensure you get access to that place. And when you see it, then you'll be able to decide if you really want to buy or not. Okay? And, recently somebody told me he bought a land because the family member told him to buy. And during the negotiation, I came in and I asked a few questions. These are not questions we read in books. They are questions we have been able to gather because of the experience we've had over the years. Real estate investment is not something you sit down and say, okay, I want to practice today, and you dabble into it, and you are going to get it wrong. There are experiences of over 10 years, and what we have seen, what we have handled, situation we have been able to resolve amicably. So this person bought because the member of the family, or the wife, so to say, told her that, oh, my parents, can they know the owner and all that. It is fantastic, but much more than that, you need to take a step further and ensure that you do your own due diligence. The parents of your wife or your in-laws are likely to know the person selling, but it doesn't stop there. Eventually the person paid, and he found out that the agent who took him to the land has been told not to sell land anymore. But because it relies solely on the information from the parent, from the in-laws and all that, and he bought into the estate, he bought into the land, and now the agents, the family said, no, we never told him to sell. We asked him not to sell any longer, but he kept selling, so you are your own. You can imagine that. So you must be able to buy from somebody. You can say, okay, I'm sorry, where's my money? I bought into wrong land, said, give me my money. But in this part of the world where we cannot say, we don't go to court and come back from court, and we can never become friends, so that our friendship cannot go on. But it shouldn't be so. If somebody has taken money away from me, well, whether fraudulently or not, or person unknowingly or unknowingly, the person should be able to refund my money. It's very simple. But in this part of the world, we say, no, you don't do that, let's settle it. It's a family matter. It has to be settled. Okay, but I just thought we should do things the way things should be done. So number 3, I want to share with us tonight is, don't engage in negotiation without the expert. Okay, see, you can't talk about trade. There are things you don't know and you will never know, not because you don't want to know them, but because this is not your field. Don't engage in negotiation without the expert. When you are negotiating real estate, there are salient points you will never see. There are things you will never know, not because they are not there to see. You are seeing them, but because they are not things that you have handled before. So you are likely not to know that these things are wrong. But when you engage an expert from the beginning, it's like you going to see a doctor. Mere looking at you, a doctor can tell you, oh, there's something wrong with you. That's the way it is. They are professionals. Also, estate surgeon and valuers are professionals. So you don't just say, what do they do really? I want to buy, and I've seen the land, and so what do they do? Well, why should I pay? Well, what are they doing? Why should I pay for what they are doing? So you don't engage, you don't do that. Ensure you engage professionals, because there are things you will never see. There are things you will never get to know during the negotiation. There are questions that will never cross your mind, simply because you are not in this field. So when you engage a professional, you save yourself a lot of stress that are likely to come up later in future. Imagine somebody buying into an estate that are not approved by the government. See, we have an estate that has a title document, but this estate does not have an approval from the government. Every location, there are things you can build. You can't just decide to say, I want to build a 10-story building without an approval. But if you are buying to such area, an expert can tell you, especially, sir, what I putting up here, 10-story building, it won't work. You won't get an approval. But the agent or whoever is selling land to you wouldn't know this. But they are not, it's not their field, so they are not likely to know. Recently I met a man, an old man, who bought a land somewhere around Lekki, around the Beju Lekki now. He wanted to put up an hotel. As a matter of fact, he has given us a drawing. We vetted the drawing. We are at the place of submission when we found out that an hotel can stay there, but that place where he wants to put the hotel, it's called Coastal Road. There's a proposed road by the state government called Coastal Road that will pass through this road, this particular location. Look at that. He has gone ahead to put up a drawing of a big hotel for that matter. And I can tell you the amount he has paid for the land. The the funniest thing is the property has a certificate of occupancy that has been revoked many years ago. But the estate that sold to this guy felt, okay, the matter is still in court. Eventually, we are going to win the case. And they went ahead to sell. And the man went ahead to prepare a building, architectural drawing and structural drawing, hoping to come build an hotel. And as I speak to you, we can't go on. So please ensure you engage an expert during your negotiation. Don't just go ahead to part away with your money and feel, oh, okay, I'm not going to lose anything. The land has a CFO, it has a certificate of occupancy. It may have a certificate of occupancy, but the structure you're putting on ground, will it stand? Will it be allowed? Is it approvable? Okay, so number 4 tonight is, number 4 of the things you shouldn't do when you're going to real estate investment is this. Don't joke with your title. Please, before you part away with money, ensure the place can be titled. Ensure you can obtain a title, because of what purpose? When you have a property and you can't obtain a title, when you have a document, when you have a property, you have a land that that cannot be titled, yeah, just a waste of money. Because whether you like it or not, if you cannot be titled, you cannot claim ownership. You cannot say expressly that the land belongs to you. Okay, so these are the 4 don'ts where you should ensure that you look out for when you're going to real estate investment. Don't engage somebody you cannot take up if things go wrong. Don't part away with your money without engaging the expert. Number 4, don't buy where you cannot access, where you don't have access to. And number 4 tonight, don't joke with your title. Never joke with your title, but that's what confers ownership on you. That's what makes you owner of that land or that property or that building. Okay, don't joke with your title. So the do's. Okay, one of the do's now. Just mention one tonight. And next week, about the time I'll come your way and we buttress on that. One of the things you should do immediately when you are part away with your money and you have ensured that your title can be gotten, quickly engage in obtaining your title. Quickly engage in obtaining your title. You don't sleep. Don't say, oh, okay, 10 years or 5 years, I still have a lot of time. I think I will say this at this point. Don't buy when you know you're not ready to obtain your title, okay? There's no point buying. In this part of the world, what people do in Nigeria, people prefer to buy, oh, I have a land somewhere and I want to leave it there for some time. Then when I have time, I'll go obtain my title. Okay, you don't do that. Don't buy at all. Don't go into purchase when you know quite all right that you're not ready to obtain your title. You know what the reason is this. It's very simple. When you cannot obtain your title, you cannot claim ownership. And when you cannot claim ownership, then the land or the building does not belong to you. So why would you want to pay that? Some people buy, say, I will buy when I have time, I come and obtain my title. No, you don't do that at all. Don't do that. If once you know you cannot obtain your title, it's better you don't buy at all. So thank you very much. I'm going to come your way next week, Saturday, with another interesting topic. Thank you for joining me. Kindly share this video with your friends and family, and it will benefit them. Thank you very much. I remain Kenny Emoshurende. Bye for now.